guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Praise for those who are new here. For my returning subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. So this is the second to the last episode on my wedding planning series. If you are yet to watch the previous ones, please go back, watch them, and then come back. Okay, so today on this video I'm going to be talking about vendor selection and what to look out for when you're choosing your venue for your wedding. I am hoping that these videos will make your wedding planning journey easier than mine was. So some of the things, or most of the things I share in these videos, are a combination of my experience, people's experiences that I have witnessed, and some research that I have done. So if this is the kind of content you want to see, then let's get into it. Meanwhile, the last video I intend to do on this series, probably the last video, I'll be talking about what to note while preparing for your wedding night. Of course, I'm not going to be going into explicit details, but I'm going to be dropping some really juicy hints. So if you look forward to seeing that video, then stick around. That will be after this one. Your wedding is like a production. You require input from different people to make things work. It's like a wheel. You need everybody to play their parts to make sure that that day works out well, from your makeup artist to your hairstylist to your food vendor to your venue decorator, and so much more. So there are a number of things I think are important to note when you are looking to select vendors, not just for weddings. I mean, this applies to other events as well. Number one, you need to put your budget into consideration. A lot of people want the best of the best, but ensure that whoever you go with works with your budget. Okay. Number two, don't be ashamed to negotiate. Don't be shy to negotiate. So what most vendors do is they send you their entire package, and sometimes you don't need the entire package. To make sure you get the best deals out of the vendor of your choice. It is very important that you do your research. A lot of these vendors nowadays have Instagram pages. Some of them have YouTube channels. Go to their Instagram pages, see the work that they've done before. If you are keen on using them, you can reach out to people that they have worked for in the past. Just drop a message and say, for example, I'd like to, hi, be polite. Be polite. Hi, I'd like to inquire about the service that this person rendered for you. How did you like their services? And just make sure that you know what you are getting yourself into. So do your research, talk to a lot of people in the same field. So when you talk to this makeup artist, you talk to another one, you talk to another one. This is one way to also compare prices. So when you talk to them, you get to have a look and feel of how they offer their services. Then you can go ahead and choose the one you want. As much as possible with certain things, try not to go for totally new people. If you have someone who has been doing your makeup since forever and the person is really good at it, it simply means that this person understands your face and how it works. It is safer to go with that kind of person than to go with an entirely new person. So sometimes there are certain vendors that you don't necessarily want to use a new person. You want to use somebody that you've known before. Another point I will give is, don't leave things to chance. Do not leave things to chance. Know what you want. Be particular about what you want. This makes things easy for you, your planner, your vendors. Because when you're confused, I mean, of course, there are certain things that you are not necessarily sure. Sometimes it is after you have spoken with your vendor that you really know, you understand that you didn't even know what you wanted. So, but as much as possible, be very specific about what you want. Music, for example, speak with your DJ or the live band. Make sure they understand the kind of music you want them to play. Speak with your makeup artist. You can even send them a sample of a picture sample of the kind of makeup you want on your wedding day. Your decorator. Be very, very specific. If you are not specific, whatever you see, you take it like that. So be sure to express yourself properly. Be particular about what you want and do not leave things to chance. With vendors, avoid paying 100% upfront. Of course, there are some vendors that you can't do that with. But as you speak with these people, you know what their requirements are. Because I mean, apart from this being Nigeria, you're dealing with people, and sometimes people will just be people. So as much as possible, not paying them 100% upfront gives you a certain leverage. Okay, it gives you a certain leverage. So know who you can pay 100% and know who you cannot pay 100%. There are certain people that you need to keep them on their toes, especially when you've conversed with them and you know the way they behave. I'd also say look beyond a vendor's skill to their character. So, providing a service for you as the bride or groom to be is beyond what this person can do. It also, their character, their vibes, their energy, it matters a lot. Especially if you're someone who is, sensitive to people's vibes, people's energies, and people's aura. In particular, you need to pay special attention to vendors who would be dealing with you on a personal level on your wedding day. I'm talking about your makeup artist, your stylist, your hairstylist, your maybe stylist, the person who will dress you up, people around you, those that will be working very closely with you. Beyond their skill, it is important that you try to meet them one on one, have a conversation with them. Do I like this person's vibes? Is this person just having a bad day, or is this how they are normal? Are they rude? Because if you don't pay attention to them, they have the ability to spoil your day. They'll just come with their dirty aura and their nonsense energy and pour it on you and ruin your entire day. So it is very important that beyond the skill, you look to their character, to their vibe, to their energy to ensure that the both of you or all of you are in sync. Be respectful and kind to your vendor. The fact that they're working for you does not mean that you are better than them. Even if you have more money than them, there is no reason on earth to treat someone with disrespect. Okay, so treat your vendors with respect, be kind to them, cater to them. If possible, make sure that they're well fed. The person who comes to make your hair, do your makeup, dress you up, try and make special provisions for them. Give them food. If they need accommodation, give them decent accommodation. Okay, because this, beyond your wedding, what you are doing is building a relationship with people. You have children, you will most likely want to do naming ceremony, a dedication, birthday party. It is all these people you already know that you most likely want to use again, especially if you experience with them, if you have a positive experience with them. If you're not a good person, they might not want to come back. Or even when they come back, they just treat you anyhow. Kindness goes a long way. It makes people, if you are kind to people that have sense, they want to go the extra mile for you. So there is absolutely no reason to be rude to people. Rudeness is a very dirty character, so do away with it, okay? See, when you're meeting with vendors, it's very important that you have things written down. Jot things down, have written agreements, keep their invoices, make sure they send you invoices so that you know exactly what you're paying for. If you've made part payment, send them evidence of payment. Have all these things in a chat or in an email or written down so that in case anything goes wrong in the future, you have hard evidence to show them. Also, don't ignore red flags. There are some people who might not be very consistent. You notice that the quality of their work is not consistent, or you notice that they have mood swings, or there are certain things that they're exhibiting that you just don't vibe with. Don't ignore red flags. It is also very important to have a wedding day coordinator. So if you are planning your wedding yourself and you don't have a wedding planner, you need someone who is the go-to for all your vendors. It doesn't make sense that it is your day, you're supposed to be enjoying your day with your spouse, and every vendor is coming to talk to you and meet you for approval. Delegate, build systems around yourself in such a way that nobody has to come speak with you. If you have a mom, if you have siblings, give them assignments, assign them to vendors. Let your vendors know that, okay, before you do this, or if anything it runs short and you need help or you need assistance or you need advice, this is the person to talk to. So ensure you build that kind of system around you so that you can have the leverage to enjoy your day as you like. As much as you do your research and go on Instagram to find vendors, also beware. Don't use Instagram vendors that do not have reviews on their pages. Don't use Instagram vendors that don't tag any of their clients. If they are wedding vendors and they don't provide secret service like ghostwriting, for example, a ghostwriter can't have their clients handle on their page. But someone who makes food or someone who does decoration or balloons, they would want to flaunt their work and say, oh, I did this for so and so person. So if you go to a person's Instagram page or a vendor's Instagram page and you notice that there are no reviews, or all the reviews are written reviews like, oh, hi ma, service was nice, thank you, and they're not tagging anybody, it doesn't seem like there are clients' presence on that Instagram page, please run. Okay. I have been scammed on Instagram before and I have learned my lesson. So make sure you do your research. This is all part of doing your research. Don't believe that it is only expensive vendors that can give you the best service. That's not true. If you want quality, it will cost you money, but it doesn't have to be over the rooftop expensive. Some very expensive people give you the best service. Now, can your budget afford it? If not, there are people who provide decent service for a decent amount of money. Also, if you talk to vendors that are too expensive for you, if you are able to communicate properly and you are kind to them and they're too expensive for you, you can ask them to refer you to people they have trained. It is very likely that a makeup artist would do makeup in the style of the person he or she learns from. The possibility is very high. So if you go to Beyonce, for example, or you go to BM Pro and the amount of money is too expensive for you, you can just, politely ask them, please, would you be kind enough to refer someone you have worked with that is not as expensive as you? I really like your style. Just ask them. If it's a photographer, there are people who always go with them. They most likely have pictures, take pictures and edit pictures in their style as well. So if you cannot afford them, ask them to refer you to their underlings, and you also get to get good service for reasonable amount of money. Don't be pressured into agreeing into anything. If you're not sure what this vendor is offering you, take your time, pause, breathe, ask questions, and then go back to look at it. Some people want to pressure you to say, okay, don't worry, just pay the deposit. If you're not comfortable with it, ask for time. Sometimes they would want to threaten you and say, if you don't pay a deposit before so and so time, we'll not be able to attend to you. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not true. Okay, so don't allow yourself to be pressured into anything. The last point I'd like to make with regards to vendors selection is try not to ghost your vendors. I know it might be difficult because you're speaking to a lot of vendors at the same time, but if you're not using a particular vendor, let them know that, I'm sorry, I won't be going with you at this time because so and so. The funny thing is, by telling them this, they might even want to discuss with you further to know how they can accommodate you. But try not to ghost them. They are human beings too, and they are looking for their daily bread. So when you contact them to make inquiries, they are hoping that they will be able to provide you with a service, and then they will get money in return. So as much as you can, try not to ghost vendors. So that is that for vendor selection. The next point I'll be talking about would be what to look out for when you're choosing a venue. At this point, If you are yet to subscribe, please click the subscribe button, because let's get to 200 subscribers. Are you guys not tired of being on 175? Let's get to 200 subscribers now. So please click on the subscribe button. If you're enjoying what you're seeing and it's making sense, please share it to people around you who you know are planning to get married. Okay, so I'm going to just list out a few things that I think you need to note when you are looking to select a venue. The first thing I'd say is proximity. Ensure that wherever you are, having your reception or wedding is a place that is easily accessible to people as much as you can. Make sure that people can access it easily. Another tip is, if you have a wedding website, put the location on Google Map, the link. So there's usually a link you can get from Google Map for the address you are using. Try to put it on your website, so whoever is driving, if they are not sure of where they are going, they can go on the website, click on the link, and get Google Maps to guide the way or lead the way, guide them generally. When selecting a venue for your wedding, try not to waste space. So think of one of the major things that will guide the size or the capacity of the hall you get is the number of people that you are looking to invite. If you are inviting 100 people, for example, there is no need to rent a hall that has 500 capacity. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of space. It's going to be difficult to organize and arrange and decorate and all of that. So think of the number of people you are inviting for your wedding, and then think of the kind of hall. If you're inviting 500 people and you're getting a hall capacity of 300, it means people are going to be cramped in. Even if the hall has ACs, it will not be able to circulate. Your guests will not be comfortable, which is not a very good thing at all. So put into consideration the number of people that you're inviting for your wedding, and then use that number to make a decision as to the hall size or the hall capacity. And that is me assuming you are using a hall. You also need to put into consideration the weather. So the type of wedding, I've been saying hall. People have weddings in the garden, at the beach, wherever, in the hall, mostly hall, because this is Nigeria. It's either it's raining or the weather is hot. But it is important to consider the weather before choosing a venue. If you want a garden wedding in the middle of July or September, October, I don't know, considering that there is climate change, you cannot necessarily predict the weather, it is better you just get a hall. If it's during dry season, for example, and you want to do a garden wedding or a beach wedding, that's fine. So make sure you consider the weather before choosing your wedding venue. Important, very important. When choosing a location, consider the kind of experience you want your guests to have. If you want an alfresco wedding, alfresco means open air. So you're not getting canopies, you're not getting gazebo, you're not getting tents. It's just going to be alfresco. Consider the kind of experience you want your guests to live with. That should guide you as to the kind of venue you should be using for your wedding. Consider having your wedding in one venue. And this is why I made this point. I'll give an example with my wedding. My wedding was on a Tuesday in Lagos. I had my entire wedding in one venue, which I am entirely grateful to God for, because it's that plan. Plans had to change at some point. It wasn't the plan from the beginning, but at the end of the day, it was a very wise decision, because traffic that day was hectic. It was crazy going to the island, going to Keja, coming. It was difficult. The roads were locked. So imagine my guests had to move from the church to another venue. These days, you don't necessarily have to go to the church, or I don't know about Muslims. Sorry, I'm a Christian. I don't know how Muslims do it, but if you know and you'd like to contribute, please leave a comment in the section. Let's know how it's done. But most times these days, what people do is they get a hall. They have a section for the joining ceremony, so the solemnization of holy matrimony, and then another section is for the reception. So they bring in the officiating minister to do whatever they want to do there. They get to a changing room, they change, and they just move. They just move. They just move to the reception area. People can do that now. Some other people have their wedding at the church or wherever they want to have the wedding, and then they transport all their guests to a different venue for reception. It's not always easy on your guests. When you are your wedding is for you, granted, but put your guests into consideration. It is important that you put them into consideration. If you have your entire wedding in one venue, it will save your guests the stress of commuting. So consider having your entire wedding in one venue. Different venues come with different packages. So consider the package that venue has and decide whether you want to maximize it. Decide whether it works for you or not. For example, I know a lot of people don't know this, and I also found this out during my while I was planning to get married, but we didn't go with that option. So a hotel like Sheraton, nice place, nice location, nice name, has this prestigious thing attached to it. They have wedding packages. Two couples that we know got married at Sheraton, and at the time they got married, I think the bill was about 13,500 or 13,800 or 12,800 or so per guest. So if you're expecting let's say 100 guests and it's 12,800 per guest, that's 1.2 million. Now that 1.2, let's say 1.28 million, that 1.28 million covers the hall, it covers the decoration. They have their in-house decorator that will decorate the hall. It covers your cake. They give you a cake for free. Fine cake, very fine, beautiful, well decorated cake. They give you food. So I think it's a 3-course meal. You have starters, you have the main meal, and then you have sides. They give you a 3-course meal. They give you drinks, soft drinks, water, alcohol if you want. There's a room for husband and wife, I think for a night or so. I think they even provide music. They don't provide security, so you'd have to come. I think you'd have to come with your own security, or I think they have packages where they provide security. So now this is a beautiful deal. With this deal, you don't have to deal with decorator. You don't have to deal with caterer that is going to bake the cake. You don't have to deal with caterers. I mean, it's a lot. If you're not dealing with these 3 people alone, the kind of stress that this takes from you, and I think it's a fair deal. 13,000 or 12,800 is very affordable. So some halls come with these perks. Some halls just come with decoration. Some halls come with decoration and chairs, so you don't even have to rent chairs. Some halls come empty. So decide what you want. Find a hall that meets your need. This Sheraton thing, shout out to Victoria. Thank you for giving me all the details I need. I appreciate you. If you need more details on this Sheraton thing, hit me up and I will link you, because it's a fair deal. It's a great deal. Sheraton also has a garden that I think they let out for 150k. As at the time I was planning to get married, I think it was 150,000 for their garden, and it could sit about 100 or 150 people. I can't remember right now. So there are venues that have packages that come with perks, that come with things that will save you a lot of problems. Find out what advantages come with the venue that you are planning to use for your for your wedding, and as much as possible try to maximize the entire thing. My last point would be trust your gut. So with vendors and with venue, trust your gut, trust your instincts. If your instincts have been working for you in the past, it will not fail you now. If you've not been using your instincts, I'm not talking to you. This might not necessarily apply to you, but if you are someone who trusts your gut and you use your instincts, trust your instincts when selecting a venue and selecting a vendor, and I hope that everything will go well for you. If you're married and you have more experiences to share as regards vendor selection and venue selection, please let us know in the comment section. If this video has spoken to you, or if you find this video useful, please let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video to your friends that are getting married. They're proposing to all your friends. It means that there is wedding to plan. So share these videos with them, and please don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in my next video. I mean, I hope you can tell. I'm sure you can tell that I am excited about my next video. So plan to watch it, okay? See you in my next one. Bye.